Hello students, I welcome you all to Arinjay Academy. So today we are going to start with the 16th chapter of class 6 CBSE Science, that's garbage in, garbage out. So students, we throw out so much rubbish or garbage every day from our homes, schools, shops and offices. And we also throw away many domestic waste such as broken toys, old clothes, shoes and sleepers. But have you ever thought that what if the garbage is not removed from our homes and surroundings? How do you think this will harm us? So in this lesson, you will learn that how the garbage is collected and how they are disposed of. In this video, we will be discussing the NCERT questions and solutions for the lesson. So let's proceed. So let's start with question 1. Which kind of garbage is not converted into compost by the red worms? So हमें यहाँ क्वेश्चन में पूछा है that कौन से टाइप ऑफ गार्बेज को हम कंपोस्ट में कन्वर्ट नहीं कर सकते बाय एक्शन ऑफ रेड वर्म्स. सो आपको फर्स्टली पता होना चाहिए दैट व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय कंपोस्ट. सो बच्चों, कंपोस्ट ऑर्गेनिक मैटर है that are or that has been decomposed by the action of say decomposers or microorganisms. So redworm is a kind of decomposer that converts the garbage into compost. So let's see that what are the kind of garbage that cannot be converted into compost. So garbage that contains things made of plastic, glass, metals and other such substances is not converted into compost by the redworms. So जिन garbage में plastic, glass, metals या similar substances present होते हैं, so those garbage cannot be converted into compost by the action of redworms. यहाँ पे redworms क्या है? They are decomposers. Part B. Have you seen any other organisms beside redworms in your pit? If yes, try to find out their names. Draw pictures of these. So यहाँ पे आपको पूछा है that क्या आपने अपने बैकयार्ड पिट में रेडवॉर्म्स के अलावा और कोई माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स, not micro but organisms similar to redworms आपने देखे हैं? So if yes, you have to name them and possibly you have to draw their pictures as well. So animals that like ants and millipedes are also seen in pits. So you must have seen ants in your backyard, right? So these are some insects and millipedes. Millipedes are kind of anthropods. ये exoskeleton animal है. That means इनका जो skeleton है, they lie outside their body. So these are also seen in pits. Question 2. Discuss, is garbage disposal the responsibility only of the government? So क्या जो garbage disposal process है ये एक responsibility सिर्फ government की है? So you know that it's no. It is the duty of both individuals as well as the government. हम every time we cannot blame it on the government for not for improper garbage disposal. It is a duty that has to be done from our end as well, so that we can dispose the garbage carefully and properly. Now individuals should try to recycle and reuse as much as possible to reduce the amount of garbage. So as an individual हमें सबसे पहले the primary step that we can perform is to recycle or reuse. So अगर हम कोई substance या किसी particular object को throw करने वाले हैं, so we can try that is there a way to reuse it in some other method or in some other process. If it is possible, we should try to reuse. For example, if we have used a water bottle and that has got empty, so we should not directly throw them out. We can reuse them in a variety of purposes. We can use them for watering plants. Also हमें recycling में भी involve होना चाहिए. We should try to recycle the waste so that they can be used by some other way or by some in some other process. So अगर हम इन दोनों steps को incorporate करेंगे initially, so we can definitely reduce the amount of garbage that we produce every day. The produced garbage should be separated as wet and dry. Now after जब हमने garbage produce कर लिया है, so then we also have some important duty to perform. हमें segregation करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. We should try to separate garbage as wet and dry. So अगर possible हो, so we should try to have two dustbins at our home, one for the wet waste and other for the dry waste. Also, when we go out, we must have seen that there are two large dustbins. One is for biodegradable waste and the other one is for the non-biodegradable waste. For example, अगर आपके पास papers हैं या banana peels है, so for example, there are many different kinds of organic waste that can be decomposed, right? So हमें उन्हें biodegradable bin में decompose करना चाहिए और dispose करना चाहिए. And when it comes to the materials like plastics, glass, so we should dispose them in the dustbin labeled as non-biodegradable waste. So this can help the people who are involved in garbage disposal in the further steps. So this all steps will help us to dispose the garbage properly. Part B, is it possible to reduce the problems relating to disposal of garbage? So क्या जो garbage disposal एक जो process है, so in this process definitely we don't know that there are various problems that may arise from the starting to the end. So क्या हम इन different problems को reduce कर सकते हैं? Is it possible? So yes, we can reduce the problems relating to disposal of garbage by following simple steps. हम garbage disposal से होने वाले problems को definitely reduce कर सकते हैं अगर हम इन following steps को follow करें. So let's see what are they. Recycling, as we had seen earlier, reducing usage of unnecessary items. हम generally market से unnecessary item purchase करते हैं. We use them for a very short time and then we dispose them. So we should try minimizing the use of such items which are not useful for in a long run. So we should definitely try reducing the usage of items that are unnecessary. Separating garbage as wet and dry, we had seen it in the earlier answer, and using scientific methods of disposal like vermicomposting. Now do remember बच्चों, vermicomposting is a very well known process. So what we do this in vermicomposting, हम अपने organic waste जो हमारे produce हुए हैं, we allow them to get decomposed by some special worms like red worms. So they will decompose them, and in fact they will turn it into a humus like material which will be very helpful for the soil. So this can lead in decreasing the amount of garbage that we produce. So by all these methods, we can definitely help in the garbage disposal process. So here comes question 3. Now do remember that these are value based questions. That means it is based on the choices that you make. So these answers are supposed to be done by your end, that what you will do in such situations. But however, for your help, we will try to put a generalized solution to these questions. The first one, what do you do with the leftover food at home? So आप अपने घर में जो food items हैं, when they are left out, जब वो बच जाते हैं, so what do you do with them? Alright, so let's see. Leftover food at my home is preserved and used before it gets spoiled. So अगर आपके घर में या हमारे किसी घर में अगर फूड आइटम बच जाता है, if they get left out, so हमें क्या करना चाहिए या फिर हम क्या करते हैं? We try preserving them. So हम उन्हें preserve करते हैं in refrigerator and try to use them before it gets spoiled. So वो खराब हो जाए उससे पहले हम उन्हें preserve करके उन्हें use कर लेते हैं. Sometimes अगर लेफ्ट ओवर फूड आइटम हम अगर टाइमली कंज्यूम ना कर पाए, सो वी कैन ट्राई टू फेड देम टू द एनिमल्स. हम बचे हुए जो फूड आइटम्स हैं हम उन्हें एनिमल्स को प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. ऑल्सो वी कैन शेयर इट विद आवर नेबर्स, राइट. ऑल्सो जो हमारे हाउस हेल्पर्स हैं हम उनके साथ भी शेयर कर सकते हैं या करते हैं. So this is what you will do when there are some leftover food at your home. The B part, if you and your friend are given the choice of eating in a plastic plate or a banana leaf platter at a party, which one would you prefer and why? So if you and your friend are in a party, अगर आप एक party में हैं and there you have been served food. So if there is a choice that you can make, अगर आप एक choice में बना choice कर सकते हैं between the plastic plate or the banana leaf platter for getting your food served, so which one of them will you prefer and why? So definitely in general cases where you are, I believe that you are smart enough to make good decisions, you will be preferring a banana leaf platter. Why so? Because it causes less pollution. Right, so जो banana leaf है, they can easily be disposed and easy to degrade, making it environment friendly. So जो plastic plate है, we know it is a non biodegradable substance. So हम उन्हें decompose नहीं कर सकते easily. It take long time. However, banana leaf can easily be disposed and degraded. So we will be preferring a banana leaf platter over the plastic plate. Now comes question 4. Before doing this, I would request all the students who are watching us to please visit our website arinjayacademy.com. यहाँ से आप अपने एग्जाम्स के लिए सभी मटेरियल्स डाउनलोड कर पाएंगे. इनफैक्ट आप यहाँ से NCERT सॉल्यूशंस भी डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं for all the classes, for all the subjects. So go there, check that out. Coming back to question 4, the part A says, collect pieces of different kinds of paper, find out which of these can be recycled. So आपको different kinds of papers को collect करना है, their pieces, and you have to observe and tell that which one of them can be recycled. So generally all the papers, different kinds of papers are recyclable, right? So in general you can say that papers are recyclable, but there are some certain papers which are mixed with plastics. So जिन papers में plastic mixing है, so they cannot be recycled except that all other kinds of papers can be done. The part B asks, with the help of a lens, look at the pieces of paper you collected for the above question. So आपको एक lens के help से जो आपने paper pieces collect किए हैं उन्हें आपको observe करना है, and then you have to see that is there any difference in the material of recycled paper and a new sheet of paper. So you need to tell that जो recycled paper है या जो new sheet of paper है उनके बीच में कोई observable difference है. If there is, you have to mention that. So compared to a new sheet of paper, recycled paper looks thicker. So when you will observe, you will see that new sheet of paper is thinner compared to the recycled paper, or you can say the recycled paper looks thicker compared to the new sheet of paper. Now let's see question 5. Collect different kinds of packaging materials. What was the purpose for which each one was used? Discuss in groups. So आपको क्या करना है? You need to collect different kinds of packaging materials. जिन materials को हम packaging के लिए use करते हैं उन्हें आपको collect करना है, and you have to identify the purpose for which they were used. So you have to classify them. So this is a group activity. You can do it with your friends and can answer. Let's see the answer to this. So different types of goods require different kinds of packaging to prevent them from getting damaged or spoiled. Some of these packaging materials are, so हम different kinds of material use करते हैं packaging materials for different kinds of goods so that we can prevent them from getting damaged or spoiled. So let's see the list. The first one is cardboards. So हम cardboards को generally use करते हैं for packing clothes, for packing shoes and for books. The second one is plastics. So हम plastics को generally कहाँ use करते हैं as a packaging material? We use them for carrying medicines, right? हम clothes को carry करने के लिए भी plastic bags use करते हैं, and for packing milk and other edibles item that are available in the market. Third is paper bags. So paper bags को हम generally grocery carry करने के लिए use करते हैं, and they are very good. They are recyclable and they are biodegradable, so we should rely on paper bags rather than on plastics. The fourth type is wooden crates. So हम wooden crates या wooden type boxes को हम कहाँ use करते हैं? We use them for storing fruits. So you can see that these are the different kinds of packaging materials and their respective uses. Now, as you know that the question 5 has been divided into three parts, we shall now be looking into the second B part. Give an example in which packaging could have been reduced. So आपको एक example देना है where you feel that हम packaging को significantly reduce कर सकते हैं. So when we carry our own bags to the markets, we could reduce the use of plastic bags for packing. So अगर हम market visit करते हैं, so we should try to carry our own bags from our home. हमें अपने घर से अपने carry bags को ले जाना चाहिए so that we can reduce the use of plastic bags. You must have seen that government is working on this nowadays. The shopkeeper insists us to bring our own bags from our home. This is simply done so that we can reduce the use of plastic bags. The part 3 or the C part, write a story on how packaging increases the amount of garbage. So in a storyline format you need to tell that how you feel that packaging की वजह से जो amount of garbage है वो increase होता है. So you need to tell this. So when we see an elaborate packaging of an object, we assume it is of higher quality. This happens, right? Because जब भी हम कोई particular object purchase करते हैं, so we look into its packaging because that is the first thing that appears to our eyes. So जो packaging है, we generally believe that better is the packaging, better will be the quality of the product that is present inside. So for this reasons जो producers हैं जो इन्हें manufacture करते हैं, they invest a lot of money in packaging. वो they invest a lot of money in packaging while keeping the amount of goods low. So वो क्या करते हैं, वो जो particular जो food item है या goods हैं उनके amount को reduce कर देते हैं, however while keeping the packaging significantly of a higher quality so that we can get attracted in the very first glance. So for example, if you will see when you buy a packaged chips, so what you see that जो half of packet hai, they are filled with the chips, whereas rest is just air. So this is a particular method that manufacturers take. So what they do, they fill half of the packet with chips, whereas the rest is just air. So by this what happens, जो packaging material है वो significantly increase हो जाता है. And we believe that because of a better packaging and a bigger packaging, we believe it to be of higher quality and we purchase them. So by this reason जो packaging material है वो markets में ज़्यादा flow in करता है and generally जो packaging garbage है वो increase होता है. So अगर जो producers है अगर वो constrict करे या restrict करे अपने packaging material की usage में, if they try to minimize them, so more than half of packaging garbage will be reduced. हम around more than half of जो garbage produce हो रहा है सिर्फ packaging से हम उन्हें reduce कर सकते हैं. So this is for this answer. Coming to question 6, do you think it is better to use compost instead of chemical fertilizers? Why? So क्या आप believe करते हैं, do you think that जो हम compost create करते हैं वो better है instead of जो हम chemical fertilizers use करते हैं? And if you think so, you have to justify, you have to answer why. So yes, compost is better than chemical fertilizers. Definitely. Compost is obtained naturally and it does not pollute the environment. So compost में हम क्या करते हैं? We collect the organic waste और हम उन्हें allow करते हैं to get decomposed by the action of some decomposers like red worms. So compost जो है वो naturally decay हो जाता है. They are obtained naturally and it does not pollute the environment in any way. So definitely compost क्या है? They are better substitute for the chemical fertilizers. It is easy to prepare and does not cost much. In this particular compost आपको simply एक pit create करके वहाँ अपने organic waste को dispose करना है and then the rest of the process has to be done naturally. So this is very easy to do, right? And also there is no cost involved in this method. So it increases the fertility of the soil without harming the plants or animals in any way. In fact, not we just decompose or we get rid of the waste, but also in this method जो soil की fertility है वो भी increase होती है, because it turns into a humus like material which is very beneficial for the soil. You can also see in the image that compost is very loyal to the soil, right? So this is something that you should definitely try. And also compost कोई भी particular way में plants और animals को harm नहीं करता, whereas chemical fertilizers do harm them, right? So therefore you can say that overall compost is a better substitute or something a better that can be done in place of chemical fertilizers. Thank you students for being with us all throughout this lesson. You can subscribe to Arinjay Academy on YouTube for more such videos. आप हमारी साइट को भी विजिट कर सकते हैं arinjayacademy.com. वहाँ से आपको और भी बहुत सारे डिटेल्स मिलेंगे. इनफैक्ट आप NCERT solutions और different materials भी डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. So as to ace in your exams, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.